What is going on, guys? This is Youngling Jr. here. Rajay Black out of Baltimore. He's an anesthesiologist. He killed his ex-wife and he killed his pregnant ex-girlfriend and killed himself. And you know, it's really crazy, double homicide out here. And this was a young man, like I said, very college educated, and he supposedly had a clean record. And I think one of the reasons is because, Rajay Black, he was suffering, he couldn't really see his children from his ex-wife, Wendy Black. And Wendy Black was actually found a lot of personal protection orders against him over the years, stating that, he's suicidal, he has access to weapons, I don't know where he wanted me to live. And also, too, he's he's very abusive, all these kind of, false accusations that was like pretty much denied. And, that took a toll on his mental health, not making it like an excuse for what he did, but it took a toll on his mental health. And he believed that, it was a system that was just really protecting women, that was so-called abuse. And, as a man, he wanted to be in his children's life, he wanted to continue to make an impact in society, being an anesthesiologist, but he didn't have emotional support. I don't think he really had good men that can really help him in this situation that he was in. And that emotion that he had in his mind, in his thought, that constantly tormented him. And next thing you know, he motivated to go ahead and do a heinous act and just took his own life, because he feel like, what's the point of me doing this? Now, it was very disturbing because he had a Facebook video right, I think next door, outdoor, an apartment complex. This is after he shot his pregnant girlfriend, Tara LeBain. She was actually a registered nurse as well. And I think she worked at the St. Angie's place. But with Wendy Black, this before he was stating, before he killed her, he was like, hey, I don't got no family. Hey, it's the holidays. And it was just super disturbing. But the good thing is, I'll say the blessing is that at least the children didn't have to witness that. They was in a safe area, because ain't no telling if the children would have lost their lives as well. And it's really horrific. It's really sad. And and at the end of the day, whatever their relationship is, I mean, her is making like these accusations and stuff like that against him, I mean, for whatever reason, because of the hatred that he had, it's just it's not right, in so many ways. You got a lot of brothers that going through that, they want to be in their children's lives, but yeah, sometimes the mothers just don't want them, or they try to turn their kids against them. And now they walking around like the bad guy. And now at the end of the day, what pretty much motivates him in the morning is probably his children. But when you have a mother, that's no longer in your life like that, or you have like a ex-wife or someone in a relationship, significant other, that's falsely bring you down and dragging your name, it's like at the end of the day, it's like, dang, man, what gives? But I just wish that he could have went to the throne, talked to the God about this, and it could have been different things. He could have talked to a lawyer, hired an attorney about this, try to get custody of his children, try to show proof that he never abused his daughters and little things like that, that before he went over the edge and committed this crime. So it's really sad. He was a man in crisis, as Sean James would say. He was literally a man in crisis, and wasn't thinking too far ahead. Like, you build yourself up to be an anesthesiologist, right? You helping other people, college educated, probably his daughters probably looked up to him to want to be a doctor or a nurse like him. But at the same time, man, it's just you let your emotions get the best of you because you feel like there's no other way out in your situation. Now, part in this relationship too with Wendy Black, dragging his name over the years, refusing. It's like, hey, you're not going to see your child. You probably plead with her over the years, like, can you stop, please? Just stop. I just want to see my children. And then as that time passed, he's missing like party birthdays, missing, quality time with this person. And I'm pretty sure with his new girlfriend, Tara LeBain, he probably was talking to her about these situations too that was going through. And she probably was jealous about that. Like, oh, okay, this individual moved on, Rajay Black moved on, and he think he all this and that. And then you think, you're going to have the audacity to have your children around her. Oh, no, I'm going to make this hell for you. And, he tried to, do the best he can to remove himself from that situation. But yes, it was too late. He was like, hey, I think the best thing for me to do is go ahead and kill. Because thing is, when I looked at that Facebook video, when he's on Facebook Live, before he committed that crime, it was some remorse there. He seemed like he was like, man, I didn't want to do it, but he was trying to fake convince himself that it was the right thing. So I knew that was just nothing but a demonic spirit, that motivated this guy to do that. And he took his own life as well. So it's really sad, Tyler Banks' family, and I think one of the neighbors was like, it's really extremely sad, that this had to occur, But at the end of the day, man, I don't wish nothing on that on anybody, man. At the end of the day, I know your reputation is extremely important and everything, and as a man, you want to take care of your seed. You want to, be there for your children no matter what. Despite if you have a bad relationship with your significant other, you got to still go ahead and be a man and build, because you got to get up and inspire, and you just got to go through those obstacles and those hoops. But I just wish that he would have understood those cues before he, went down and procreate with this woman at the end of the day, man. But I just think that too, he just probably didn't know enough about that woman. Maybe he was sucker into it and trying to make the best out of his own situation. But with this, man, with two people lost their lives, it's really unfortunate too. And the thing is, too, he probably was going through a lot of hell too after his girlfriend was pregnant, and probably like, dang, am I making the right decision? Like all this type of stuff, it's getting toxic in the workplace. I can't really concentrate, and I just feel like, hey, the only way for me to get rid of this is like, let me just go berserk, and he just go ahead and just couldn't control his emotions. And so that's the immaturity spiritually that Ray J Black was experiencing. That's all that is. So now he's had to pay for that, on Judgment Day. So but at the end of the day, man, like I said, condolences to the family. It's a really terrible situation. You got children don't have their parents now. I don't know if they have to be in foster care or another relative to be taken care of, but it's very traumatic, at the end of the day, because the relationship that, I'm pretty sure the two kids had with their father, it probably was positive, but, the mother was kind of making it very difficult, and he was just fed up, at the end of the day. So I'm gonna have the link in the description. You guys can kind of really check that out. It's out of Baltimore. They published this back in December 13th, and I was reading this, and it's really, really disturbing. I just wish he would have got some type of professional help before they got to that edge. And he had an outstanding career, probably, try to build wealth and everything, man. But I know it's probably different ways he could have done, hire an attorney, talk to like, hey, this is pretty much denied over the years. She's repeatedly dragging my name under the mud, saying I'm abusive, I had access to weapons, I'm suicidal, and that's not true. I'm a fit parent, I have a good job, we still work together. I'm trying to coordinate with my, ex-wife, to be with my child. I gotta at least have the kids here, like, 5 days out of the week or something. Something could have been worked out, but, and I think the Lord would have intervened, but I'm not sure how his spiritual life is. But man, this is the type of stuff that Satan really try to take advantage of, when you're at your low point. And, I just wish, he had some people in the circle. Maybe he did, and he just refused to listen. But it's just crazy, man. So he took his own life. You don't want to, because he didn't want to endure those consequences. Deep inside that it was wrong. But I just wish that, toxic women like this would not do this to brothers at the end of the day, man. So that's something that needed to be taken care of, because he was just a man just frustrated at the system, man. But that's all I really have to say, man. It's unfortunate that it lasted casualties. You guys continue to like, comment, subscribe, share this video. But yeah, rest in peace to to the victims, seriously. And yeah, it's really unfortunate. So like, comment, subscribe, share this video. It's your boy Youngling Jr. I'm out. Deuces.